kitchen, cooking with her friends, sharing recipes together, stories and songs, making new memories, the heart of the home.
Welcome to Heart of the Home. The heart of the home really is the kitchen, where people begin their days and end their days with good food, good conversation, and time spent together. Today, I'm lucky enough to be spending time with some blackberries that I didn't have to get out and pick. Thank goodness, because I don't like chiggers and I don't like picking blackberries, but I have these beautiful blackberries and I have coated them in sugar and let them sit for about 45 minutes and then poured Sprite on it. And pouring Sprite on it is just the easiest thing ever. So I pour Sprite on it and then I melted a stick and a half of butter. And the stick and a half in butter, you add about half a cup of sugar and then equal amount of flour. And that's the crust. This is the simplest cobbler in the world. And everybody for years has always said, how do you make that crust do what it does? Well, it's the butter, the sugar, and the flour. And the combination of those ingredients is just perfect. So you stir it up and then you decide, okay, we need a little bit more sugar. And as you add sugar, then you add flour. You just add about equal amounts of the same two ingredients. And again, we're using self-rising flour, butter, and sugar. And when you get it ready to pour on the blackberries, it should be the consistency of thick cream potatoes. So see that? There you go. And we're going to add a little bit more flour, and we're going to add a little bit more sugar. And then we are going to have the perfect crust. And I've been doing this for many, many years, and I've shared the recipe with so many people. And they'll call and say, how much milk went in that? No milk. No milk at all. We don't put milk in it. We use butter, liquid butter that you've melted, and this was a stick and a half of butter. And then you just dollop it on top of the berries. And again, the berries were coated in a little bit of sugar, and then I poured a Sprite and a half on it. So, and I just found that the Sprite gives it a little bit of flavor, and the berries are a little bit bitter. So does that make sense to you? And now these are wild blackberries. They're not tame. The tame ones don't have much flavor, but these wild ones are fantastic. These were all picked up in Gilmer County and amazing flavor. They are yummy. They came from the foot of Fort Mountain, and it's just really, really good flavor. And this year seemed to be a bumper crop, which was really, really cool. Now see how simple that was? We did the berries, we coated them in sugar for about 45 minutes, and then we put them in the pan, poured a Sprite and a half on top of it, melted a stick and a half of butter, added our flour and our sugar, equal amounts, and you know, if y'all have watched my cooking show for years, you know I don't measure. I measure a little here and a little there and a little tad of this and a little teeny bit of that. That's about it. But we're going to stick this in the oven, and when we come back, we're going to be sharing another recipe that has got to be so simple because it is a salad with baked chicken. So it's going to be really healthy, really easy, really good. And we're going to do that. But the key to it is we're also going to use some homemade salsa that my daughter Dawn makes. And you're going to get to meet Dawn in just a little bit. She's been making this salsa for years, and people swear that it is the best salsa in the world. And I don't know who taught her how to do it, because she didn't learn a thing in my kitchen. She was too busy running the roads. I think one of her neighbors taught her to can, so we'll get that story from her when she gets here shortly. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Good evening, folks. As the holidays approach and family gathers in, ain't it good to be home again? There's a storm across the valley, clouds are rolling in, the afternoon lies heavy on my shoulder. There's a truck out on the 4-lane, a mile or more away.
Whether you're in the mood for chicken strips, a delicious burger, our classic banana split, or an upside-down thick blizzard treat, we've got you covered. Hot and fresh food every day, every time. And delicious DQ soft serve make the perfect pair at your favorite place. Not fast food, fan food fast. Your Blue Ridge, Ellijay, and Jasper Dairy Queens are your meet, eat, and treat headquarters.
Thank you for choosing DQ. How may I serve you?
I enjoyed that. That was really cool. That's after dinner. That's after supper, sitting around talking. Let's talk a little bit about memories, because this house is full of memories.
Precious memories.
You had memories as a child of the things that your mama did. You see that Singer sewing machine sitting over there?
I have memories of one of them.
Is that not
She
the
would
coolest thing?
sit and sew on them, and she made stuff. She made Margie, my Aunt Margie, dresses.
Wow.
Margie was, 16 or something,
Yeah.
and Mom she'd make dresses, made me shirts, used to,
Wow.
out of flour sacks.
Wow.
And flour sacks was good material back then. They sent it home there. They sent it with you right.
Yes. Yes.
I remember it had these little crosses everywhere, if you remember. And she'd be sewing on one of them, just like that, exactly. And I was little, see, I was down there on the floor crawling around, and she'd say, "Get back now, you're going to get your hand in some of that stuff and get your finger mashed." I never did, but it's a wonder.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we look at the Singer sewing machine. We look at the radio down there. It's a Zenith. What year is that Zenith thing? 1951?
No, it's before that. That's 40s.
Wow, that is the coolest thing.
Yeah, that is cool.
And you got it to come on, but it's not doing anything. So.
Yeah, it comes on. The tubes light up. The turntable turns. It don't have a needle, but I know a fellow that's got a load of needles.
Jerry Johnson is fixing to bring it to life.
Yeah.
It is going to be so cool.
We'll bring him down here one day and let him mess with it.
Work. When we look at the past and we look at this home, it's filled with furniture that came out of a doctor's house over in the Kingston area. And they called me and said, "Hey, we're having an estate sale." And so I went running over there. 1939 home.
Wow.
So I loaded up.
How come you get all the good estate sales?
Because people love me. Because I'm so lovable.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I've been so blessed. And today's program is about being thankful. And when I look around this room, I think of the thankful memories of the folks who truly, over my head, you see these things? I was 17 years old the first time I saw those two things. And they belonged to my late mother-in-law.
Yeah.
And I always wanted them. She had a Victorian sofa that they hung over it. And the first time I met them, I was sitting on that sofa. Your knees ever knocked? My knees were knocking because I was meeting my future in-laws. I worked for a law firm that fought the unions. And of course, he was a Teamster. So that went real well.
Yeah.
That went real well. So, but I just think about the memories. The furnishings, the looking back, the trips, the different things. This house is filled with memories. And from the old photographs, I love this Margaret Mitchell. This is from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. And I know you're not a big movie buff, but you know what Gone with the Wind is?
Frankly, my dear.
Yes, you don't. Boy, that's the truth. And then we look at this cabinet full of memories, and there's a dress right there that I wore.
I know a little.
You know a little.
I knew that line.
You did. I wore that dress to see Hank Williams Jr., and he autographed it. And let me tell you the bad thing about that. He autographed my dress, the hem of my dress, and the ink faded. It just faded away, and I'm like, oh my goodness. But talk about music memories. When we look back at your recordings, your CDs, offer a variety of music of people you love, and Hank Sr. being one of them.
And actually today on the show at ETC, it helped me realize all the people who have helped me with that.
Mm-hmm.
They sang or they played something, who have come and gone.
Right.
You know?
That's it. That's it, because here we sit.
That's special.
Yeah. We're looking at the memory tree, and that memory tree, I was telling you about it today. I added Earl Thomas Conley to the memory tree because he's one of those greats in music.
Yeah.
And I was fortunate enough to interview him, and then he came down with full-blown Alzheimer's.
Wow.
So how thankful and how grateful should we be? Because we should
be very thankful. We're so lucky. We really are.
Mm-hmm.
And be good to those who are not.
Yep.
And that's one way of looking at it. That's the way I try to look at things.
You know, today, at the end of today's program, we're going to close with a song that you wrote, and it's about the less fortunate. It is about those who lost a loved one.
Yeah.
Can you share the story of how you wrote that song as a young police officer?
Yeah, just riding around those streets of Ellijay at night, and thoughts start coming in, you know, and places. And see, I live next to that bridge that I mentioned in there. I live there. When we left Pumpkin Center, we moved up there right next door to that bridge.
Wow.
And just right out across the way there from it. And I'd go over there and play under that bridge all the time. And we'd get over there and camp out, a bunch of us, my cousins and all of us. And so the bridge came in handy for that song. And yeah, just wrote about things I remember and things I saw there. And it's true, a bunch of, you know, any song's got feelings.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, that song is a true story.
And sadly,
it makes you cry.
Yeah, sadly, there would be a lot of people over the holidays, like that gentleman in the song, who have lost their family.
I know.
You know, maybe lost their child, lost their spouse, lost their parents. Mm-hmm. And the holidays aren't as much fun for me.
Can you imagine that? It's snowing, it's cold. It's got to be really cold or it wouldn't be snowing.
Mm-hmm.
And the old guy's under the bridge by himself.
Right.
And here comes the police.
Yeah, yeah. And the fact that you're a singing police officer just made it really, really cool. So,
I stood a block of wood up on its end and sung him some songs.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And, you know, that could be a true story all over the United States today, because we think about, we're in Cherokee County, Georgia. There are more homeless veterans in Cherokee County, Georgia than any county in the state.
We're in Cherokee County now?
We're in Cherokee County.
Okay, all right.
And you think about that. This is a place where we shouldn't have homeless veterans. Your dad was a perfect example of a veteran who was proud to serve and came home. And was he given the honor that we should have honored him with? You know, did all the soldiers get what we should have given to them?
None of them.
None of them.
Well, you can't honor them like you should. You can't.
No.
There's no way of doing it, because look what they've done.
Right, right.
You know?
Now, you and I are free to vote, to voice our opinion, and to do what we do as conservative Christians and voting the way we want to vote. And I'm looking right here. You see what I've got in my display cabinet? I proudly display Donald Trump's paraphernalia.
Right, Donald J. Trump.
I love Donald John Trump.
A man of common sense.
A man of common sense.
Who cares?
Who cares?
Yeah.
And who brought my country to a place of the level of employment, the level of feeling good, the level of just things falling together was working. And I'll be darned if we haven't messed it up. Is that a...
Talk about a crash and burn.
Yeah, talk about a crash and burn. So we are so thankful that we have lived in the greatest time in America. And it's time we bring America back to the great times.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready. You see those awards up there? All those awards in real estate were earned during Trump's presidency.
Yeah.
You know, and
Honest to God.
I thank you.
I know.
Yeah.
If I could send money somewhere.
Yes.
And help investigate this election integrity.
Yeah.
I would send them money.
Yeah.
I would.
I know.
And I desperately need my money for my 57 Ford.
I know.
But I would send them a nice donation if they could just get it, because it's got to be looked into.
Yeah, we've got to bring America back. We've got to come back to what she deserves. And have you ever been to the Statue of Liberty?
No, I never been to
I
New York.
want to see the Statue of Liberty so bad because
I know.
that woman represents what America should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's about our freedoms. It's about doing well and helping others. And, you know, we always talk about helping others, and you're a perfect example of helping others because when you're doing music gigs, you share your money, and you're very
I give it all.
precise. Yeah, you're precise with, I want to make sure my money goes somewhere that they're using it to
Yeah.
help others.
What I wish we could do is make it easy to vote and hard to cheat.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's work on that, folks.
That would be good. That would be good. So today, what am I the most thankful for today? This year, I was blessed with a beautiful granddaughter, great-granddaughter. And her name is Zanna, and her name is Zanna Jordan. And Zanna Jordan will be with us shortly. Zanna Jordan is, in the Bible, Zanna stands for God's greatest gift. And boy, is she ever. And let me tell you, you don't even know this. Today, Zanna's eyes are green. They were blue yesterday. But her nanny, me, her granny, Dawn, and her mama all have green eyes. So guess what? Her eyes turned green. So we got a green-eyed baby now. And we're so excited. Y'all are going to get to meet her soon. We're going to be sharing some more recipes. We're going to be sharing some more memories. And I hope that your memories are good ones. You know, I hope that you have somebody you can sit around and talk to and remember, because you've got Aunt Margie. Just think about the memories of y'all crossing Fort Mountain singing.
Oh, gosh, yeah. Yeah, good memories.
Good memories. And
I remember Margie singing when I was a little bitty boy this big.
Wow.
I ain't kidding. Daddy'd stand me up on the bench at Crossroads Church, and here Margie and Martha would be up there singing, and my grandpa.
Mm-hmm.
Heart of the home, folks. It's where it's at.
Yeah.
It really is.
Tell me that song that you sang that your grandpa sang. What's the name of it?
In heaven we'll never grow old.
Wow, that's one we need to do today. Now
Right.
that's one we need to add.
You want to do it now?
Yes, that
Okay.
is a great song.
In the Bible we read of a city with streets that are paved with pure gold. We'll live in that city forever, and there we shall never grow old. In heaven we'll never grow old. In heaven we'll never grow old. We'll live in that city forever, and there we shall never grow old. In the Bible we read of a river that flows by the throne, we are told. We'll drink of the life-giving water, and there we shall never grow old. In heaven we'll never grow old. In heaven we'll never grow old. We'll live in that city forever, and there we shall never grow old. Then we read of the earth's weary pilgrims who've been here through hunger and cold. They've at last reached their harbor in safety, and there they shall never grow old. In heaven we'll never grow old. That one is for Bill Sanford. Grandpa Bill.
That was awesome. I am so thankful
He
for
would
that
sing
song.
that all the time in church, and every Sunday, that's what he sang. And he was a man. He was a man. My grandpa.
That was priceless. That was priceless. The perfect song for a time that we are truly thankful. And we are thankful that yesterday heaven gained my sister. And I'm going to miss her, but I'm so thankful that I know where she's gone, and I'll see her again someday. Right now, we're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, I hope baby Zanna's going to be in the house, and you're going to get to see a couple more short recipes and a very, very special baby. We'll be back shortly.
United Country Talking Rock Realty says welcome to North Georgia. The leaves are falling and the mountains are calling. Take the back roads and really get to know North Georgia. Combine the amazing workmanship of SGC Groups, transforming the forgotten to the fabulous. Teamwork makes the dream work. For buying, selling, or flipping, call Cherie Martin at 404-375-0590 or Evelyn Calhoun at 770-733-0779.
Hey y'all, we are back. The blackberry cobbler came out of the oven. We got to share some with Miss Evelyn and Scotty before they had to take off up to Gatlinburg. But now the star of the show is here. Aynsley Elizabeth, you brought us Zanna Jordan. Zanna Jordan is the star of the show, and let me show you. She has a turkey on her bottom. That is the cutest thing ever. Can we talk about this beautiful green-eyed baby? Her eyes just turned green.
They did.
Now you have green eyes. I have green eyes.
Blue, but
yes.
in the light, you can see they're green.
And her granny Dawn has green eyes.
Yeah, we're all green eyed.
All green eyes.
I said, this can't be my child if her eyes are not green.
I know, and they're green. They're green. She is such a joy and such a blessing from God. Oh my goodness, she's healthy, she's happy, and she is so lovable. She's just pleasant all the time. Has she had any screaming fits on you?
Oh, these last 3 days.
Uh-oh.
Been a little touchy, but otherwise, she's pretty precious. She's feeling better today.
Look at that.
Ain't she, baby?
See, I've had a rough day, Mom. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. Now, she's how old now? 11 weeks?
11 weeks. Hey, Pumpkin.
11 weeks old. And she weighed how much when she was born?
7 pounds and 8 ounces.
And she's now?
Well over that. I'm
You
not
know,
really sure.
your mama weighed 10 when she was born.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, how
That's a
well
joke.
I remember that. Yes, I do. I do. Now, can you hold Zanna and let me throw together this quick and simple recipe? The other star of the show is Mama Dawn's salsa. And Mr. Dwight Sanford swears this is the best salsa in the whole wide world.
Good.
And so we have taken chicken. We did a whole chicken, and we've taken it out, and we're going to put the salsa on top of it. And then we're going to put some cheese, and we're going to bake it. And then we're going to serve it over a bed of lettuce. And it's going to be a very, very healthy salad. Does that make sense? Does that make a little bit of sense? Because the salsa is so good, and the salsa is healthy and good for you. And I've never seen her make this, but he swears this is the world's best. So we will see, and we're just going to throw it in the oven for a few minutes. Normally I would put sour cream in here, but he doesn't like sour cream. And since he sang 5 or 6 songs for us today, we are not going to do anything that's going to upset him. So when you got live entertainment, you feed them. So we're going to do that. We're going to throw this in the oven, let it get hot, and we're going to come back, serve it over a bed of lettuce, and you're going to get to spend a little bit more time with Zanna. So y'all hang tight while this goes in the oven, and then we're going to get to spend a little bit of time sitting down and getting to know this precious baby. Look at that precious baby. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, this is Nanny's baby. We'll be back in just a minute, guys.
By now in New York City,
There's snow on the ground, and out in Pumpkin Center, Tell's Creek is Carter's bound, and maybe down in Memphis, Graceland's all in lights, and on beautiful Fort Mountain, there's peace on earth tonight. Christmas in Dixie, it's snowing in the pines. Merry Christmas from Dixie to everyone tonight. Chicago, and the kids are out of school. There's magic in Motown, the city's on the move. In Jackson, Mississippi, to Charlotte, Carolina, and all across the nation, it's a peaceful Christmas time. Christmas in Dixie, it's snowing in the pines. Merry Christmas from Dixie to everyone tonight. And from up on old Fort Mountain, Merry Christmas tonight.
Whether you're swimming in the sea or splashing in the pool, making a masterpiece, or just making memories, writing a great American novel, or writing your term paper that's due tomorrow. Whatever you do in life, Farmers is here to protect it. For all your insurance needs, call Donald Curtis in Blue Ridge.
Georgia Medical Treatment Center now has 2 locations to bring you the high-quality holistic care you've come to know and expect. We treat neck, back, and joint pain with chiropractic care and injection-based treatment without the need for surgery or prescription painkillers. Our medical weight loss program can also provide relief while ridding your body of toxins, pounds, and inches while improving your overall health. Call today for a free consultation, 770-345-2000, or go online to georgiamtc.com.
Hey guys, we're back. Okay, y'all, we have got homemade Brunswick stew, fresh, ready in the pot, ready to go. We've got sliders. Dawn, do you like sliders?
I love sliders.
Got sliders for Dawn, got salad for Mr. Ellijay, because you are a salad fanatic.
I eat your salads.
Now tell me what else you eat that Dawn makes. Can you?
Oh, this lady here, folks, makes the best, and I mean #1. Nobody tops it, okay?
Aww.
Salsa in the world. This is not Ellijay.
Yeah, this is the world.
Oh,
okay.
Sweet.
I sneak it into restaurants.
He does.
I eat it out of the jar with a spoon. And my aunt freaks out when I sneak it in restaurants. But nobody knows it. They don't know.
Yep. Dawn, let's talk a little bit about your farm, because you truly, it says, Earth and Harmony, Georgia Clay, Blue Skies, Golden Sun, and Green Fields. With your Cherokee heritage, it makes sense that you would be doing something like this.
That's right.
You love Canton.
Love Canton.
Love Canton.
Thank you, Dorothy Hightower.
Yes, and we were laughing about that earlier. I'm a good cook, but I didn't teach you anything about cooking.
Nothing.
Nothing, y'all, nothing. I am guilty as sin.
Well, if you cook other stuff like you make salsa, you need a restaurant. You need a restaurant
That's what Mommy
chain.
tells me all the time.
Yeah.
Then I need a restaurant.
Yep. Now you make biscuits different than I do, but you make really good biscuits.
Easy.
I make two different kind of biscuits.
Yeah, talk about your biscuits.
Well, I do the old-fashioned kind, you know, where you do it with your hands, which is with Crisco, white lily, self-rising flour, and milk. And then my newest, like I think I learned it 3 years ago, is just a secret.
A secret? It's a secret.
I can't tell.
Now, how tempting is that? You can't tell us. Oh, no. Okay, well, she'll make some one day, and then we'll serve them, and then we'll try to figure it out. How about that? Now, the salsa made it. This is just chicken. We just deboned a chicken, put the chicken in, your salsa, and then 2 different kinds of cheese. And so this is going to be his meal. You want to hold that till you sit down and eat it?
Sure.
And you're going to eat that.
Awesome.
You know, he's a healthy eater.
I am Mr. Ellijay.
You are.
I eat the salads.
Yes, yes. And you walk 4 miles a day around Fort Mountain.
I did.
Until you got
Let me be
busy.
truthful.
Until you got busy.
I've been slacking a little lately, but I'm going to get back to it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, you've got to.
loves Fort Mountain.
Oh, it's so beautiful. You've got to get back in the studio. And Dawn, you know, you've heard the music he produces. There's no excuse for him not producing more music.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Got many excuses.
In my car.
I know you got a bunch of excuses. Yeah.
Would you like
yeah.
to hear them?
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
you wouldn't.
No, no. When you first tried this salsa, what, in July, you said, where did that salsa come from?
Oh.
And she made this for you yesterday.
Boy, it's
Didn't
good.
you? Yeah.
I ain't kidding you. I eat it like crazy.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's wild, and it is
Well,
actually.
I wound up with that whole case.
Oh, cool.
And
he
I've
ate
got
it.
I've got a jar and a half right now left. Is what I got.
You got 4 in the front seat of your
Good
truck
deal.
now.
It's
There
good
you
deal.
go. There
I
you
seen
go.
one in there.
Good, good. Thank you, thank
That
you.
was funny.
Now, Dawn, this year has been a little bit busy, a little bit crazy because you have
Very busy.
a new little
Granddaughter.
baby at the house. Yes.
Yes.
And she has green eyes today. And can we
They
see?
were blue.
Miss Zanna, can we come back and visit? Because now we have all the green-eyed ones here. And
Here.
this precious baby, look at her. Look at that baby. We're so blessed. Y'all, today's program has been about being thankful, being grateful. I'm so grateful for Aynsley and her life that is just amazing. You're doing some college courses and your average is what?
It's pretty good. Somewhere close to 100.
Close to 100. Close to 100. That's pretty
Stays
cool.
close to 100, yeah.
That's pretty cool. And on mothering, you have just taken to, this baby is so in love with her mama.
Oh, yes.
It is so precious, and we're worried a little bit because when you decide it's time to go back to work and finish school and all these things you're doing, then somebody's got to hear the baby cry when mama leaves it. So that's going to be tough. That's going to be tough.
It is tough.
But talk about thankful. We are so very, very
It's tough
thankful.
on Granny.
It's very tough on Granny. Look at that. Can Nanny hold
So what
her
are you
just a
eating
minute?
over there? I love food,
I'm trying to figure
mister.
out.
Are you my
Look
uncle?
at that.
None of that.
That's so funny.
Yummy, yummy.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Like, I have found a new friend.
Yeah.
Looking
I didn't cook as you did.
Oh, that's funny.
That's so cute.
That's funny. We are so blessed. And y'all, in America today, we have the opportunity to share laughter, to share love. Today's program has to be dedicated to my beautiful sister who went to be with Jesus yesterday. We are so blessed to be part of a family that comes from very strong women. My sister was very strong. She was the silent strong one, though. You had to watch her. You knew where I was coming from. You had to guess where Lila was coming from. So, but what a blessing. What a blessing. This year has been just amazing. We thank you for tuning in to Heart of the Home. We hope that you'll come back. Now, we're going to end with one of Dwight's songs. And because he's got his mouth full, I don't know if I can explain this song or not. But it will touch your heart. It will hurt your heart at some point in time because if you've lost a loved one and you listen to this true song that he wrote. It is about the holidays, and it is about loss, but it's about the truth.
She's
And
not
life,
taking her eyes off.
life is not always perfect.
No.
You know, life is not always perfect.
And our family has been through a whole lot of trauma. But, you know, when Aynsley named Zanna, I said, did you look, you want to tell that?
I told that earlier.
Oh, did
yeah,
you?
I did.
I said, did you look up the Hebrew meaning of Zanna? And she said, no, I didn't look up the meaning of Zanna, period. And so I looked it up, and the Hebrew meaning is God's gift.
Yeah.
We went to a gospel singing a few weeks ago, and on the way back, it just come on me real strong, her middle name. She's named after her uncle David Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
So her middle name's Jordan, and I got to thinking, well, I know the Jordan River, you know, but I want to know the Hebrew meaning of Jordan. So I look it up, and I just start crying happy tears. The Hebrew meaning of Jordan is descending, flowing down,
Wow.
descending.
Wow.
So God's gift from heaven. And,
How cool
and
is
we
that?
had no idea until,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
after the fact, but
Yeah.
God knew.
Yep, yep.
And
Yeah,
our
you
family
had
sure
that.
did need a blessing.
Yes.
She too.
And this
Yeah.
baby wants to buy
Okay,
food.
okay.
Yeah.
I thought so.
And it is locked in on Dwight.
No.
And for
You
those,
my uncle?
we've been doing a lot of programs lately about depression, about suicide. This is the 10th anniversary of the loss of my beautiful daughter, Angela, who was always on set with me, always here, always involved.
Love TV.
She decorated my home for years and years and years, and now I've had to take on that burden. And today, Dwight, when you sang the song, My Burdens Are So Different, my burden is such a blessing today. Because my burden is not my blessing is a burden, and my burden has turned into a blessing, and it just all comes together because I've done this without Angela. I never thought I could do television without my daughter. I never thought I could decorate the house. I never thought I could do the things I'm doing because I stepped up to the plate. You know why?
But she is with
She would
you.
want me to.
Yes, she would.
She would want me to. And so if you've lost a loved one, especially to suicide, that's that unexplained tragedy.
Yes.
And we've dealt with it for 10 years now. So say a prayer for our family, and we'll pray for your family. And we hope that you will come to Ellijay. You can come and visit anytime, and come to ETC and see us. We're on the air Monday through Thursday. This crazy man is my co-host on Thursdays. You never know what's going to happen on Thursday. But you can be guaranteed we're going to have some of his great music, and we're also sharing his CDs, and we want to remind you his CDs are now 5 for $45, so you can get 5 of them for $45. You can reach out to me at the Cherie Show at hotmail.com, TheCherieShow at hotmail.com.
We also have salsa,
Muscadine jelly. Oh, muscadine jelly.
Muscadine something else.
Yeah.
You'll just have to call me about that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Just made some sauerkraut. Should be ready in a couple of weeks.
I love, and your label is perfect for what you do. Cherokee
Right.
Dawn,
I just gotta
farm,
get my-
fresh, fantastic.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
need to get Ellijay, Georgia, and my phone number put on a little label.
Would you say it's fantastic?
Absolutely fantastic. Don't crowd have to do something when you make it?
Yeah, it usually takes about 3 months. But
Yeah.
we did a new thing.
See, I
John
knew that.
actually, John did a new thing. He's
I'm
supposed
an
to be ready
expert
in
in
2
canning
weeks.
too.
Yeah, oh yeah, right. Try to get him on a cooking show. I will tell you, that's a tough one right there. He picked all these blackberries, and then he panicked on me because he said, I don't know anything about cooking. You don't have to know anything about cooking. You're the one who can pick the berries. That's much more important than what I do.
I pick the berries and eat the berries.
Yes, yes. And I would not
Like the
have
story told
berries.
us bad.
Yeah, I would not
That's
have
okay.
berries to do a cobbler if it weren't for him. So blessings are flowing down for all of us.
Yes.
For all of us. And we are so thankful and so fortunate. And I got to have one little tiny hug from that little tiny
little.
baby. And we showed that while ago. Look at that little turkey. This is our little turkey.
Turkey lurkey.
What a blessing. What a blessing. Thank you guys for tuning in. Keep in touch with us, and you know you can reach out to us. We're at ETC Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. We're conservative, we're Christian, and we are wild and crazy some days, but we want to come into your home, and we hope that you'll come back and visit with us again soon. Happy, happy holidays. We're going to go now to some music by Dwight, Sanford, and Mr. Ellijay.
Enjoy the ride, folks.
It was Christmas time in my hometown in 1989. Kinfolk would be coming down, but none of whom were mine. So I told the captain, I'll just work a double, I believe, so the ones that have their families can be home on Christmas Eve. I'm a policeman in Georgia, and a young one, by the way. Silver bells, shotgun shells, and a four-door Chevrolet. The weatherman says snow tonight, and no one should be out. Slim left word to park the cruiser and patrol in my old Scout. Barely just into the night, as the snow came falling down, dispatch come on with a call to the bridge just north of town. The call came from a payphone. They said they saw a light. As I approached, an old guitar was ringing through the night. There beneath the steel and stone, on a worn-out sleeping bag, an old man sat there all alone, humming one by Hag. The fire lit up his tired old face, his eyes shined in the light. He said, "Lieutenant, I guess I'm out of place, but I'll just be here for tonight." Dispatch come back on the air. "Is everything 10-4? I told him I'd be there a couple minutes more. I said that old Gibson's sounding fine. He said it's all that's left that I call mine. It's been with me since 1954. I had a loving family, but the Lord, He needed them more than me. New Year's Eve, 1967. It seems like only yesterday, but it was long ago and far away. I'm on the road, and they're all up in heaven." He said, "Anyway, I can't play like before. My fingers don't work good anymore. If you'll let me stay here just tonight, I'll be gone by morning light." I stood a block of wood up on its end, and he handed me his only friend. I sat down there by the fire, and I played that old man's heart's desire. As he lay back there on his sack, I played the one about the Cadillac, and I watched him as he drifted off to sleep. I put his old guitar to bed, chunked his fire in my head. A scene played out that I will always keep. Be careful how you treat them all. You never know when you might fall and need someone to show a little love. Or even in just what disguise something opens up your eyes, or when you'll have a visit from somewhere up above. 2C's 10-8. Merry Christmas, Ellijay.